Welcome to all the millions of listeners to TracSport Garage with Vic and Steve. I'm Steve Granke.
And I'm Vic Simone. Steve, how the hell are you?
I'm okay now. I'm having my first beer of the day.
Only one?
Well, it's my first one.
Okay, well, that's good. By the time the show's over, it'll be about 5.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Anyways, we're going to start off the show with congratulating Eric again.
I know, awesome.
He got a second podium for third place at Sebring, Florida with the SRO TC class. Not bad at all.
Yeah, that's he's on a roll. He's going to start going now. I think he's going to start going now.
He's got to start. It's got to happen now. Like when he talked about it, we can see the interviews he's had on Instagram. He mentioned that he felt good at that track.
Yeah.
And when you feel good on that track, you know you're going to have a good
if you're really comfortable with it, yeah.
Yeah, you're comfortable with the car, you're comfortable with the crew. You had a great crew. They did a great job keeping that car going. Yeah. And he did a great job, holding that position.
Yeah, I see a lot of the videos on Instagram there. Oh, awesome.
Some close racing, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And that's what it is. That's a driver's series all the way, right? It's how you make your tires last and how you can come through till the end. And congratulate him. Eric, congratulations, buddy. You did really, really good. All right. Now, what have you got to say for this week, Steve? What do you want to talk about, man?
Well, I still want to go later on. We'll talk about, lazy ass apprentices.
Okay.
And dickhead drivers.
Well, okay then.
But I was thinking about all the stuff that we have to do that's so much different than years ago, like putting a transmission in. We used to just put a transmission in and
and drive it away.
Just fill it up with oil, check it, and go.
Right.
Well, now. Like you get a disc, like a CD disc with the transmission. So you have to put it in a CD player, plug it into your computer, and then we have a consult, which is your diagnostic tool.
Yeah.
And then you have to rewrite the characteristics of the transmission from this disc, and then you have to relearn the forward clutch learning on the computer, and it takes a while. Like sometimes you're sitting there like for 5 minutes going, is it going?
So you're uploading a whole new program in this thing?
It's all blank, right?
For the automatic transmission control unit.
Yeah.
Right? So you're reprogramming this unit for that.
That's right.
Okay. Understand. So it's gotten used to what the old one was doing.
Because the valve body is taking the information from the transmission control unit. So you have to rewrite the characteristics because it's a new transmission.
Right.
Because it's not self-learning. You have to start off from day one, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of these transmissions, they kind of learn as you go how the person drives, right? And then that's how it shifts differently.
Right.
You could drive a Rogue with a CVT of one customer and another one, and then both of them will drive differently because one guy, boots it really fast, another one dogs it,
Right.
So the transmission points are different and all that kind of stuff for best fuel economy and all that stuff. So anyway, you have to rewrite it to brand new.
Right.
And then forward clutch learning, and then you have to obviously check the goddamn oil. And now the oil, there's no dipstick.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
So you have to fill the transmission fluid with oil. So you overfill it. And then you have to monitor on your diagnostic tool so that when the transmission reaches a certain temperature, which is usually 35 to 40 degrees Celsius, and then you have to lift the car up, and there's a drain bolt.
Or a bleeder bolt or drain bolt.
That's at a certain level. So on the transmission. And so you undo that, and then you let it drain out until it's just dripping. And then that's the level.
Yep. Well,
you're just going, you feel so bizarre. I feel like is that right?
Yeah. Well,
anyway, there's so much more you have to do when you do a transmission.
I know. I did a driveline service on a Tacoma, a fairly new Tacoma, and I did a transmission fluid flush. And yes, I measure how much comes out of it. I save it. Then I put that same amount back in with a little extra. And then, of course, when I hit the temperature, it was at 35 degrees Celsius or whatever it is on the transmission, I open up that drain. That, if you were to picture this drain, it's not really a drain. It's a tube that goes up inside the oil pan a little past its draining point, so that there's actually fluid below it.
Right.
So then whatever's excess comes out of it. And so you run it till then and you let it out and then you put the plug back in and you're just like, whatever happened to a dipstick, man? Like, whatever happened to just getting the transmission hot, checking the oil with a dipstick, right? It's gone.
Yeah.
Like I don't know that.
Well, I'm sure glad they got away from that filling the transmission from the bottom without when you had to pump it in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I hated that.
Yeah, that
changed
was a few years. They did that for quite a few years, didn't
Yeah.
they? Yeah, a lot of the Infinities had them too.
We had all these different tanks and for the different oil, the different.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't know, man. Whatever happened to a dipstick? I know. It kills me because I have dipsticks for automatic transmissions for Mercedes and what have we, and they actually have a level on them at a certain temperature. Right? This is the way you're supposed to check it.
Right.
Temperature this is how much the level.
Oh, really? Right on it says, here it's 30 degrees, it should be here 40 years. Yeah.
There's a chart on the manual too to follow these dipsticks.
Yeah.
So, and they're all pretty universal, surprising. And then the other thing is when you do an engine oil change, you do an oil and filter change, and you've got the European car that has no dipstick. So you got to make sure you put in the proper amount. So if it says 5.6 liters, make sure you put in 5.6 liters because you got to run this thing for about 20 minutes to a half an hour after you do the oil change in order to check the oil level electronically.
Yeah.
Through one of the sections on the dashboard there, you'll find it, on the service part. Yeah. And that, it just kills me.
Yeah.
Right? So then they wonder why it takes so long to do an oil change and why it costs more.
Yeah.
Right? And that's one of the reasons. You got that happening. We got that. They haven't done anything with antifreeze yet, have they? They just give it long life antifreeze.
Yeah, long life. Yeah, it's pre-mixed, so it's actually you're only getting half of what you got before because before it was full concentrate, right?
Pretty well, like you had minus
so you had water to it to whatever. Well, this is already pre-mixed, and it's funny. How come it's the same price?
Is it the same price or more?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, roughly around the same price, but you actually, with the concentrate, you actually get almost two 4-liter jugs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where you only get one of the other one.
That's right.
And it's the same price.
So you are paying more then in a way, yeah. You are. And then, there's a few things too. Now spring is here, right? And I've just noticed, just driving over here to see you, there's a lot of people towing their trailers around.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Their mobile homes and what have we. And personally, I have one, and I brought it in to the dealership yesterday because I got to get a panel changed that some water leaked on, and I have to get the water pump changed for the drinking water. And I said, you know what, might as well just have them change it. I'm not going to bother. So they're going to put in the same type factory pump, not one of those aftermarket ones that last a year.
Yeah.
Right? So I can have good drinking water. And I also said, you know what, while it's here, I checked the wheel bearings. I felt a bit of play. So I said, guys, if you want to just repack the bearings, service the brakes, I'm okay with that. Because we have the brakes on that trailer too, because it's a 6,500 pound trailer. And that's another thing. People are towing around a lot of weight behind them, but they don't realize what they have behind them.
Yeah.
Right? They don't understand.
So it's a very good idea to get it serviced every year.
Well, you're supposed to. That's what I do with all my trailers, race trailers and this one. And I'd rather have somebody that is licensed to do it. I can do it. I have the 31T license and 31S license and all that. But I'd rather have it done by the people that service them all day long.
Yeah.
And that's just the way I am. I know it costs me money. I know we can do it ourselves, but I'd rather get it done that way. They check the electronics. They'll check, they'll check all the water tanks and everything.
Yeah.
Right. And that's another thing, guys. I don't know, when you go out with your trailer or whenever I'm towing anything, I always check the torque on the wheels, tire pressures, and then we're gone.
Yeah.
Right. That's every trip. So it's just recommended that people do that. Light checks is obvious. You make sure you check all your lights.
Well, how many times you see people, driving the trailer, you see the tire, they're pulled over, the tires flew right off the thing.
And the wheel bearing seized right onto the axle.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's just melted.
They're on the other side of the road, scratching their head, looking at it.
Yeah, and they forgot to check their spare tire, right? They don't even have a proper jack to jack up the tire, to jack up the axle. So there's all these things that people should really have a checklist before they go out. I started adding up the mileage we had on our trailer. We've only had it for a few years. And I think that trailer's probably got 6,000 to 8,000 kilometers on the trailer, right? And I've changed one tire on it, and the rest of them are still good. It's a dual axle with brakes on one axle. So I think people just get ready for spring, and that's one thing you have to do. Summarize your trailer, get all the antifreeze out of it, and make sure you do all the safety tip inspections, right? Follow a list.
Safety.
First. How's that? All right, and what else? I brought up a few things there about racing stories, and we never did finish some of them, eh?
No, we didn't.
Yeah. So did I ever tell you about the one? It was we were racing.
Okay,
So
no, go on.
Actually, you got some good ones. No, I want to hear about yours. You had some real great ones with with the I guess what happens in the I guess the people that are watching the race. Okay, in the parking lot, in the
Well, we had one, but it wasn't in the parking lot. It was in the trailer park, whatever, and it was after the race, and we were racing, and anyway, the next to us was another racer, and they were swearing and carrying on and all that stuff, whatever. And at that time, there's a lot of little kids running around. So my mom went over and said, do you mind, like, they calm down with the F-bombs and everything else, because, I got little kids around, and well, the guy just told her to fuck off, right? So my mom grabbed him by the hair and started yelling, "You don't tell him we went to, like this, like this." And then also there's my stepfather, the big bull. He goes running around the corner and go, "Oh my God." So he was doing pretty good at the start there. He was smashing guys around. Had this one guy's head right up against his trailer, and he was just laying haymakers on him, right? The guy was done. But then they all piled on top of him.
Yeah.
There was like 6 on top of him, and he's at the bottom of this pile. And there's this lady with a 2x4, and she's smacking my stepdad right in the top of the head when he's down at the bottom. But I think about now that's hilarious.
Yeah.
But it did. He cut his head a little bit, but he was all right.
But I just want to.
And then all the guys came from the team. They didn't know what was going on, so they came over, and then
Broke it
then
all
it was
up and-
it was mayhem.
Oh, it was just a mass brawl.
Just a big, huge brawl, and we were all kind of hiding behind the trailers watching it.
Because you're kids, right? You don't want to.
Yeah. I was only like 14.
Yeah, and then they all become friends after the brawl. Everybody's
Oh
good?
no.
Oh shit. Okay.
But
Yeah.
we just I don't know. It ended. I think the cops were there. I can't remember.
Where was this? In the States or here in Canada?
No. Where was that? No, it was at Cayuga Speedway.
Cayuga.
Yeah.
Okay, when the oval track. Yeah. That's when they had the oval track there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys did. That's what you guys did was oval track stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. I never had anything like that happen.
We raced against like Junior Hanley, Daytona, Don Biederman.
Yeah.
Tricky Dick Trickle. He went NASCAR after that.
Yeah. That's a long time ago. Holy mackerel.
Mark Martin.
Yeah, Mark Martin.
We raced him.
Yeah.
We raced against him in his series too.
Yeah, they like the small
ASA.
tracks. They like the small tracks. Those guys.
Well, yeah, but we also traveled all over the place too, because it was the ASA. So you go to the States.
Yeah.
We didn't. The kids we didn't go, but
Yeah. Well, I got a story about just racing. Okay, no fighting.
okay.
So.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We won that weekend too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
So you won the brawl and won the
we
race.
won the race,
Nice.
yeah.
And what do you want? What do you win on that stuff? What kind of, is there good purses there, like good money or?
I can't remember what the purses, but
Just
we
fun?
we did win the points champion, the Canadian part.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, well I got one there now, guys. I know we're off topic here. We're talking stories about what's happened in the past, but sometimes you don't want to talk about car repairs.
We did it all day. Don't really want to talk about it, think about it. No.
I mean, we could talk about. I mean, we've had some weird ones this week, but not really crazy. Like check engine light on for catalytic converter function.
Yeah.
Right. Temperature changed. What have we? No exhaust leaks. It was a Honda Odyssey P0420, I think it was.
I got one today. A
Yeah.
25 Versa.
So what do? You just clear.
So I did a
like you do all your tests.
it was in the past.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a hard code. So there was a confirmation test
Yeah.
that you had to do. Start the car, hold it RPM,
Yeah.
all that stuff, whatever.
And it passed it, right?
And it passed. So I just
So what triggers this off? Like a temperature change outside.
I
This
think
happened
so.
last week, and I cleared the code, and then I checked it again today, and everything's working fine. Like there's no exhaust leaks, and it's just like I say, well, we're not going to change your catalytic converter on this thing.
Yeah.
It'd be like $3,000 or something like that, right? Like there's
Yeah.
no way. So that's what I had this week. I had some real strange stuff like that. I had a lot of wheel vibration. A lot of guys coming in with tires vibrating. And then when you take the tires off, like there's a lot of things when it comes to vibrations, right?
Yeah.
Are they the right tires? Are the rims the right rims? You know what I mean? Are the rims strong enough to handle the load of the tire? Right? And I had trucks this week. And we got into wheel balancing. I said, I'm not going to go any further than wheel balance. I'll check road force and I'll balance them. And these things had weights staggered all over the place. So I took all the weights off and did a regular balance. And then I wound up with like 2 ounces here and 1.25 ounces on the other side. And then I checked the road force, and we're down to like 9 pounds of road force. That's
good for a truck.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's really good for a truck, because they're saying, like, for a truck acceptable is 40. I'm going, that's a little high.
No, 20.
Right? 30.
I think it's 26 is acceptable.
Well, they got the way they set it up through there. They say 30 is really good for a truck.
Okay.
But I think 9 is fantastic. Like, that's better than a car. So we're talking, this is road force, what we're talking about. This is the rebound from the road, the spring action through the tire and the rim that makes the vibration. That's not actually a wheel balance problem.
Yeah.
Right? And that's I had a lot of that this week. Really weird. And they're both the same product. Okay, a Ford. And they were trucks, the F-150s. It's just weird because you have beautiful rims on those things. The factory rims are really good.
All I notice is when we take them off, right?
Yeah.
In whatever, we switch over in October, right?
Yeah.
From your summers to your winters. Well, then they take the summers. I don't know what the hell they do with them, because you just came off probably a dirty road, or so there's always a little bit of mud, and then they put them on the side of the house, and they just get soaked with water and mud and everything else, and then they put them in the car, and then I say, well, we should balance these things, and no, it's okay. And I'm looking at there's mud still, like hard mud still in there, in the rim. I go, yeah, this is gonna vibrate like a bastard, And people don't realize, like even the winter time, when the snow gets in there, it throws the balance off.
Oh yeah, that's a very common thing.
People should be aware of that kind of stuff. So if you have them at home, before you bring them to us to switch them over, clean them.
Yeah, I got guys that religiously clean them. It's amazing. And some of them come in rusted all the hell. You got to power wash the rust off and then clean all the rust off just to put them on the car. But I'm just saying, like, wheel balance and that right now is happening, and the road force thing was my weekly thing this week. It was really weird. And my back is broken. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, back to the race stories. Was it? I think it was. Now this is going back. War Bonnet Enduro Motorsport, Canadian Tire Motorsport Park.
Yeah.
It's a 3-hour endurance race. So here I am. We set it up with the guys at the shop, and I say, guys, we're going to go race this weekend. We're going to have a lot of fun. Right, we got the 200 SX, and we're going to get another driver. He's going to drive. We're just going to race on the Saturday. It's going to be great. We'll go there. We'll drop the car off on Friday. We'll qualify Saturday, and then go race. Right. So as I'm driving to the track, I get a phone call. The other driver, he cancels. He can't make it. He's got some kind of family problem. Okay, no problem. So I figure I'll call somebody else. So I call up another guy, and Perry, you know who you are. I call Perry up, and he's excited. He can't wait.
Is he one of our millions of listeners?
He's one of our millions of listeners. Yeah. So anyway, so he gets in. He had a problem. He couldn't fit in the seat properly. Right, didn't feel comfortable. So I said, okay, you know what? I'll just drive the endurance race myself. Usually, I have 2 drivers. I said, I'll just do it myself. I know other guys have done it.
Yeah.
Right. I was physically okay to do it. So it's a 3-hour race. So the first hour and a half, I'm in a GT5 class. There's 30 cars. 30 cars in GT5, right?
What were you driving again?
The 200 SX SE.
200 SX, yeah.
So there's a lot of cars in that class, and then you picture the other classes have 15 to 20 cars, and there's 5 classes, right? There's a lot of cars on the track.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and so before the race started, I was setting up the car, and we had defrost is working, wipers are working, everything's working, right? I'm good, right? And then my friend's dad, Mr. Abbey, the nicest guy in the world, he likes cleaning the cars. So he cleaned my windshield and everything like that, and I just had put Rain-X on, and I didn't know, right? He goes, hey, Vic, I just cleaned your windshield. I go, oh, really? What happened? He said, well, I just cleaned them all. I said, oh, man, I had Rain-X on there. I said, don't worry about it. It's not going to rain, I said to him, right?
Yeah.
It's okay. Oh, I feel so bad. Don't worry about it. It's not going to rain. We're all good, right? So anyway, get this now. So I'm going around for the first stint, before we have to fill up with fuel. A good hour and a half, basically, an hour 20 minutes, hour and a half, and I come into the pit stop, and I go, hey, you know what? I need a drink of water. I was trying to get the water through my helmet, because we didn't have nothing, right? Yeah. So I finally got a little sip of water, and and they fill up my car and everything. I get back in, and off I go. And as soon as I came through turn 2 at Mosport, I feel the car starting to slide. Oh, holy, it's starting to rain. Yeah. So I'm going, oh man, this is slick, right? And I keep on going. I'm still on my slicks. I'm on my slicks still. I got rain tires, but I'm on my slicks. Yeah. Right? And so I'm going, hey, I notice everybody's slowing down here. I'm still moving. You know what I mean? Because I kept my ABS connected. Right? Okay. I never disabled my ABS on that car. Oh. So everybody said, you should disable your ABS or go faster. I said, no, man, I can late brake everybody. Right? So here I am. It's like the last 40 minutes. It's just freaking pouring. I go to hit my wipers. They're not working. Right? I turn on my defrost. They're not working. Everything just stopped working. I guess I blew the fuse or something, right? So I got no wipers. I can't see nothing. Right? I'm going full as fast as I can, and I'm passing GT1 cars. I'm passing all the faster cars up the back street because they can't put the power down. Right? So I got the front wheel drive. I'm just pulling right up the hill, and I'm still on my slick. So I'm on the radio. Hey, guys, I got to come in. I got no traction out there, and I can't see, right? And I hear this, Perry gets on the radio, and he goes, stay out there, you're in first place. I go, what do you mean I'm in first place? Stay out there, don't be a wimp, he says, right? I said, wimp? Nobody calls me a wimp, so I'm staying out there. Yeah. And I'm going. A full course yellow comes up, so now we slow down a little bit. Now the car's really starting to fog up inside, right? And I'm getting, this is getting scary. Yeah. I'm kind of looking out the side windows, and I can see where to turn on the track, turn 2, turn 3, and I'm looking where the flag stand guys are. That's where I figured, okay, that's where I'm going. I'm driving offline on all the crap because before the race started, Perry said, if it rains, he drew a map on my hand. He said, this is how you're going to take the track, right? All offline. So turn 1 is on the outside. I was taking it on the inside. I found more grip right on the inside. Yeah. You know, and he gets on the radio. Don't be driving on the inside. He said, but there's a lot of grip there, right? So actually. Later on, Perry tested that, and he wound up driving on the inside. He's right, there's a lot of grip in there. So, anyways, I started doing that, and then turn 2 is on the outside of turn 2. You know, and then you're outside of turn 3. When you cross the dry line, the whole car is like you're on ice. Yeah. Right? So, anyways, I think it was the last 20 minutes. I'm like, guys, I can't see nothing. I got to come in. I need rain tires on, and I need the windshield cleaned off. Right? And they're going, Perry gets on there again, stay out there, you're in first place overall, he says, right? I go, what? How? This is impossible. And I realized I was passing guys in turn 8, like the fast cars. They were spinning out right in front of me, and I would just put my foot on the ABS and drive right around them. Yep. Right? And then get back on the throttle again. It was the most amazing thing because ABS is for controlled steering in a panic situation, right? Yes. So I had no problem with that. Right, I finished the race and everything, and I say, okay, you're coming into the pits, right? And all the guys are standing there waving to me to come in. I say, hey, where are you? I can't see you, right? And so I pull up into the pits, and I stop. And then Perry comes around, and he's like, hey, congratulations! And he looks at the windshield, and he says, oh, he really couldn't see. Why didn't you come in? He says. I said, you called me a wimp. I'm not coming in, right? Yeah. He goes, I can't believe it. The guy drove. With nothing but a haze on the windshield. I drove just looking at every corner because I knew the track. Yeah. Right? And
so we drive and just keep rubbing the window?
Yeah, I would have to. So the best part was I would up the back street. You had lots of time. I'd loosen off my belts and then clean the windshield with my hand, like the glove, put my glove back on, tighten my belts, and then make the turn into turn 8. Just go full speed. Oh my God. It was so much fun, right? And we won the war bonnet and it was the big...
Right, so you ended up getting first place overall?
We got first place overall. Yeah. And there was 30 cars in our class. Like, it was just by the end of the race, the track was a parking lot. If you had going through turns 3 and 4, coming down into 5, cars were parked on the side. Like, it was like, because they broke down. Right? The race. They broke down. So it was a lot of fun, and we had the whole crew from the shop. Christine was there. Like, we had families there. We had a great time, Yeah. And it wound up being all right, but I do remember having a great night's sleep that night. Yeah. It was exhausting, but it was fun. Yeah. Right. So that's one of the.
I guess you must have had a few beers after that race, eh?
You know what? I probably drank more water than beer.
Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah. So dehydrated.
Yeah. It was a great night. A great night to be at the track. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So that's my story on that. It was a good 3-hour run.
That's a good.
We've done it before. We've done it again, like with 2 drivers, and we've always podiumed, right? Yeah. But it was worth it. Yeah.
Freaking Nissan 200 SX
just keeps on going, naturally aspirated. was it 140, 150 horsepower?
Yeah.
But, you put cams in it and everything else, and it just keeps that power
Do
going.
they have the dual spark plugs?
No. That's just no, I don't know what you're thinking there. You're thinking of the CA24. That's the one on the Stanza. The old Stanza, right?
Right, yeah.
The dual spark plugs.
That's right.
What a great idea. Yeah, it's supposed to make it burn, but more efficient. The ideas that they had. 8 spark plugs in a 4-cylinder.
Good.
Yeah, they start good, yeah. Well, you got all that flame power, right?
Yeah.
And we were talking about some other stuff, you and I. We were talking about engine designs, and I had a Ford F-150 in there. It was a 2015 with a 2.7 liter turbo. I didn't even know that existed. I'd do an oil change. You were there, I think. You were there that day.
Yeah.
Okay, do you remember what I went through?
Yeah.
So I filled up the oil with what it said, and I checked the dipstick, and nothing showing on the dipstick at all. I'm going, okay, did I put enough oil in there? Like it said whatever it was, say 5.4 liters or whatever it was.
Yeah, I was there, but you let it sit for like a couple minutes, and then you checked
I was
it.
ready to pour it in.
Let's put more in.
Putting up some more in. Then I remember somebody telling me years ago that there's something with a 2.7 liter Ford engine. You have to let it sit for a good half an hour before you check the oil level. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And so I wound up I drained all the oil back out again, right, just to make sure. And then I filled it up with the proper amount, and I let it sit for a good 20 minutes.
But in that one, it's like Nissan's had that problem with some of their vehicles, like the Maxo and that. But it was the level would go right up the tube, right? So that it would show really high. So you had to wait for a while before you check it that way. This was the opposite.
Yeah. This was that. You're talking about the 3.5 liter.
Yeah.
That if you left the dipstick out and you filled up the engine oil, it'd all come shooting out the dipstick hole too.
Oh yeah,
remember that?
It would.
Oh yeah. Everybody thought they had a major oil leak because the guy didn't get the dipstick in all the way. But yeah, that's right. I remember that.
But this
was
Ford
complete opposite.
is opposite. Like I don't know how long does it take for the oil to get down to the pan? Like holy cow.
Yeah. And well, then when I was looking at it too, he had all those oil leaks too around the oil pan. I'm wondering if it's because maybe somebody overfilled this thing.
Yeah.
Okay, and it blew the seals. Right? Because I'm trying to think now, did somebody overfill this before then? Because then I started looking online, and I found some bulletins on, apparently, you can do an oil pan reseal on that, it'll start leaking again on the same engine. And then looking further into it, apparently there's something with the PCV system in the valve covers.
Yeah.
The ports get plugged up or they collapse.
Yeah.
Then the engine can't breathe, and of course it's turbocharged.
BMWs are bad for that.
Yeah, of course it's turbocharged, and it just blows the oil pan gasket. Because it's just silicone. So now you have to change your rocker covers and your oil pan gasket. Isn't that something? Like you have to replace the valve covers. You don't just put gaskets on, you replace them.
Yeah.
Right? And that's because of positive pressure, right? A turbocharger produces positive pressure and everything goes to hell.
Oh yeah.
Okay? That's why you get all this boost. Hey, how much boost you got?
Yeah, they're just smoking at the back end.
Oh yeah. And I can't think of anything else that I can think of like that happened to me in the last month.
Yeah.
How about you?
No, not really. This week was all about tires, and that's pretty boring.
I thought you were putting together transmissions or something like that people have started and not finished.
Yes, I did that.
We're
not going to bring that up.
Bitching. You were bitching to me.
I thought we're not going to bring.
I was going to bring the violin up.
You're a dick. Yeah. Okay.
I got the violin up.
Yeah,
You're just like, I got to finish this.
Yeah. Well, Stradivarius.
That's what happens.
It was a Stradivarius there. Yeah.
That's what happens when you're the shop foreman, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and nothing wrong with that.
That's anyway. Doing the end of that transmission. That's what I was talking about earlier on. About you had to do all this reprogramming and stuff with it. Yeah,
you don't just throw a transmission in the car anymore and drive it away.
Yeah.
And that's been going on for years, like with other products. Before we started getting into that, I think before Nissan started doing it.
Yeah.
Right, as other manufacturers were doing it before. I know guys. I remember somebody said something about a diesel, and I don't know. He changed the transmission in a diesel. It was a GMC. And there was so much programming, and that was on a 2010 or 11.
Well,
or
don't
something.
they like they're a higher speed, eh? Like they got more gears.
They got like 8-speed to 10-speed. A lot of them, right? Yeah. Anyways, I think I've exhausted myself on a lot of stuff today. How about you?
Well, you exhausted me.
Listen to your bull. Listen, man. You know what?
Okay.
Listen. Okay.
I want to talk about the lazy ass freaking mechanics that we were talking about before.
Okay, wait a minute. What about the drivers too? Are you gonna bring up both that?
Yes.
Okay, let's hear it. Okay, let's hear the lazy ass mechanics or apprentices?
Apprentices. Sorry,
Okay,
apprentices.
In what way do you say they're lazy? I want to hear it.
Because whenever there's a day, they want a day off, and they're just sitting there, not doing anything on their phone. It's and then, but not all of them. Like there's I've had some great apprentices, and I had some ones that just, it's like, let's go, man. You gotta go.
You have to motivate them somehow.
Yeah, and you try to teach them whatever, to go and observe and all that stuff, but then no, they'd rather just sit there, and you have to tell them everything what to do.
So
can you maybe you give me a hand with these doing these brakes? I'll show you these brakes. Then they do, but it's like you have to tell them all the time.
Yeah, well,
And,
I guess.
And I don't know. It's
Now, is there a
you ask the
reason?
guy to get some people to come in, even though it's their day off. But no. It's like they don't have the passion of working in cars like me and you do, and a lot of other mechanics do.
Yeah.
And it's just like, did you just wake up one morning and say, I think I'm going to be a mechanic?
Well,
That's what I'm thinking. Like, there's no, like, you have to be into it from when you're a kid.
yeah.
Like,
Well,
not just, you're 21. Well,
listen, I mean,
I like cars.
Yeah, I've run into young guys that you can tell at the age of 13 they were going to be mechanics.
Yeah.
These guys already set their goal to be an automotive technician, Stephen.
Yeah. But they're interested, they're good at it. Like,
Yeah.
it's one of those things that
Well,
they're good at.
Well, here's what I used to get. At the shop, being one of the big shops in town there and all that, I used to get the father come out. Hey, listen, my son, he's not too good in school, you know what I mean? But he wants to be a mechanic. I said, hold on a second. What do you mean he's not too good in school? You want him to be a mechanic. You got to have a bit of a brain in your head. You understand? Not too good at school. What the hell does that mean?
So he's a dummy. So let's go to mechanics.
So any dummy
we're
can be
all
a
dummies.
a mechanic. Like that's what everybody perceived us to be, right? But now look at, they come to us with their tail between their legs because they realize how much we do.
Yeah.
Right. But still, I remember watching one of those late night shows. Hall, Arsenio Hall, whatever it was.
Arsenio Hall, yeah.
Anyways, he was on his show, and he insulted every technician out there. You know what he said? My mom said that I wasn't very smart in school, and I had big hands. I should be a mechanic. Imagine that, eh?
Yeah.
He said that on live television, and I was so insulted by that.
Yeah.
I never watched the show again. Right?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that. Right? But
it's just because a lot of people just have no clue what's involved in repairing a vehicle, or
Well, I'm thinking this: if you have an apprentice that's not working or doesn't really seem to be interested in working, what the hell's he doing there? He's car jockeying, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm seeing here. Like when you tell me a story about a guy that not motivated to work on a car, either he's scared to work on them, he doesn't want to ask you questions, or he's just there to collect the money and get lost in the crowd and become a car jockey.
Or he's just a lazy ass technician.
Like, I think you need to, when it comes to technicians, like apprentices like that, you need to sit down and talk to them, right? Because I'm sure there's guys that were dying to get into.
I just don't see the passion. Some people you see the passion, right?
Right.
That they're like really trying to figure something else out, right?
So this is the kind of guy that will be working on something, call you over every 5 seconds because they can't figure it out, and you try and say, hey, listen, man, I've laid it all up for you. I've showed you how to do everything. I want you to try it. Don't call me over. Spend a good hour. Just learn. But yet they're going to call you over. They're going to call somebody else over in that
It's
hour.
tough, too. It's at a dealership, so you still have to go. So I can't just let him take him 6 years to do something.
No, but he's got to learn. Sometimes you let the young guy plug away at something, let him learn, but you keep an eye on him, right?
Yeah.
Let him learn. You tell him, okay, when you're putting bolts into a transmission, don't tighten up the first one. You know what I mean? Draw them all in together.
Yeah.
Right? Don't be putting in one tight and think the other one's just going to go in. They're not. They're not. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what he did.
Okay, so there's something like that. That happened. So you had to go stop what you're doing to help.
Yeah.
But you had already explained to this person, don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he says, I can't start this one bolt. I said, did you tighten the other bolts? He goes, yeah. I said, well, I told you not to tighten them.
Well, there you go. See, I'm just
And then so we loosen them.
Yeah.
And then, go back to him doing it. And he goes, oh, I still can't start it. I go, really? Okay. I said, you can't give it a little shake. rattle
Yeah,
and
just give
roll
it the old shake.
as you're turning it in.
The one hand
And,
up push.
And he goes, no, it won't go in. It just won't go in. So I go over there.
So
it
wait a
took me
second.
1 second. I did a backward turn.
Yeah.
And then I just started screwing in. I'm going, what the hell are you doing, man?
Yeah, well, see,
I'm
that's,
thinking, was he turning it the right way?
I don't know. See, that's what I don't know. Like, if you have an apprentice that hasn't got the ambition to try and do it himself, that means he's not confident at all. There's no confidence there,
No.
right? And that'll be the same guy that says, I'd like to do an engine one day. No, if you can't do this, I can't give you an engine yet,
Yeah.
right? Would you trust him? Like, okay, so this a young apprentice, he's doing tires, he's doing oil changes, he's driving customers back and forth, probably more than he's working in the shop. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
And I blame that on management there.
Well, yeah.
I blame that on freaking management.
Absolutely.
You know, that is totally wrong. There should be a car jockey, not a technician.
Yeah.
If you want somebody to be I never did that when I was an apprentice.
No.
There was no way. I was working on cars all the time.
Yeah.
And learning. And we were learning, teaching
cleaning
ourselves.
up garbage and whatever, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, well, the garbage. Yeah, that's your job, right? To help the Class A, right, and learn.
Yeah.
So I think that calls for a meeting, Stephen. I think you should send them out my way. I'll have a
Oh, I've told them all about this, whatever, but they're trying to make the apprentices make the company money. I said, they are eventually going to make you money, but don't expect them just to just sit there and be, just do oil changes all day.
If they're a car jockey, they're not making you any money.
And absolutely, yeah, you got to do this pick up, drop off thing.
That doesn't make any sense. That shouldn't even be done by any technical person. That should be done by a car jockey who's specifically hired. What the hell did Paul call him?
The greeter.
No.
They're called the greeters.
They call the greeters?
Yeah.
He called them lot lizards and yard apes and all kinds of
Oh,
stuff.
yard apes. That's a good one.
You already been telling the story, and all of a sudden and the yard ape was over there going, what the hell is he talking about? Yard ape. He's talking about the car jockey.
Who said that?
Paul. He was funny. Oh man, the stories that guy has, right? But anyways, that's that part of it. And okay, so are you finished with that topic or not?
Yeah, pretty much.
You don't want to get into it too much, so
No.
But I want to hear the one. Okay, so guys, sometimes Steve will call me on his way home, and all of a sudden he goes off on some driver in front of him or beside him or behind him.
Oh yeah.
So let's hear what you got to say.
I just think there's a lot of friggin' really bad drivers out there, and they drive with no sense. Like it makes no sense of what they do.
Okay, tell me something.
Well, like I'm in a 2-lane road, and I'm on the left lane. There's a guy in the right lane, and he's just there's nobody in front of him for miles, and he decides to turn in front of me, and I'm going, like, why would you do that?
What, and slow down?
He just slowed me down. I had to brake, and I had to go around him.
You had to go on the right side.
Yeah, and I'm going, but why did he switch lanes? He had no reason to. There was nobody there.
There's no turn.
I thought maybe he was going to turn, but he didn't turn.
So he just started
And it's
following
just there, and I'm going, what is wrong with people, the way they drive? And another thing that bugs me is people with their signals. They don't signal. Like you're at a set of lights, he's got no signal on, and it was just a pet peeve. But then he puts it on as he's turning, and I'm going, well, what are you trying to? Are you trying to tell me something? Like,
What, you were behind him?
yeah. You're trying to tell me, yes, I'm turning. Well, I know you're turning.
That's when they're holding up traffic. If you know the guy's going to be turning, you'll kind of like be on the other side so you can go around him, right?
Yeah.
Instead, he's holding up traffic now because he put the signal on the last second.
Yeah. And people on the highway with their 4-ways on. Get off the highway.
On the highway.
Oh yeah, see it all the time.
Oh.
Fucking driving with the 4-ways on. It's a beautiful day, and you're going, why is this guy's 4-ways on?
Yeah.
And he's going really slow or whatever. But like, just get off the highway. Like, why do you want to hold people up? Or if you're driving like 40 in a freaking 100, like, get off the freaking road.
Yeah, I can hear you out. A lot of times when we're on the phone, you'll be cursing somebody.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell is this guy
Brutal.
doing?
And why is the right hand lane always faster than the left hand lane when left lane was like the passing lane?
The left lane is supposed to be the passing lane, is it not?
Yeah.
Like, what happened there? Like, everybody, I'm driving out of Bradford there. They're in the left lane, and they're doing like 65, 70.
Yeah,
Right?
80.
Right? And I'm like, why are they in this lane?
And they won't get over.
No, they
Remember
won't.
before, if you came up with a guy, he shows
Flash lights.
He say, because I do it. Like if a guy's coming on
I
me on the
move over
highway,
right away.
I move over. Right,
Yeah.
he's going.
Yeah. If
But,
I'm doing,
but,
if I'm,
but I
yeah.
find when I'm doing it to someone, they just sit there. They won't move over, and you're like right on their ass.
Yeah. Well, I was okay. So I think in Quebec, the law is you're not allowed to pass on the right on a highway.
Yeah.
I don't like. So here I am with my man Pierre, and we're going up the highway to Mount Tremblant, and he's clipping right, and he's in the left lane, and some guy pulls out in front of him, and it's like he's like, "Oh, I don't want to." He goes, "I really don't want to do this." He says, "I'm not allowed to pass on the right here. You can get a ticket for that here." He says. I go, "Really? You got a ticket?" Yeah. He says it's bad. They'll ticket you for passing on the right. So then what does he do? Start flashing the lights at the guy, right? And then the guy moves over. You know what I mean? Like, hey, politely flash the lights. The guy moves over, and off Pierre goes. You know what I mean? Like that's beautiful.
Yeah.
You don't see here if you flash the lights, the guy's going to hit the brakes.
Oh yeah.
right? And try and
Give
get
you
you
the
to hit
finger,
him.
everything.
Yeah. But I'm telling you, the drivers are totally different. Here, you honk the horn. Hey, how many? You're in Europe and you hear a car horn, beep 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 beep. That means hey, I'm coming through. You know what I mean? Everybody knows, right?
Yeah.
Here, you go beep beep. It's like there's a fist fight going to start.
Yeah,
It's like beep. You know, it's a long honk. Because I
Yeah.
seen the best was Costco parking lot. Two women are backing out. And they're backing into each other, right? They're ready to go hit. All of a sudden, you beep, and they go boom. Both horns are going. Nobody's moving now. Now they're yelling and screaming. They get out of their cars, yell at each other, and then they move forward, and one moves out. You know what I mean? Like I was like, you know, it could have been courteous if one person go beep beep, and then one move up, and the other one goes.
Yeah.
No. It is. I was freaked out. I go, this is impossible. Like, I don't get it. Like even today, I guess I was driving in a hurry to get here, so I was in the left lane motoring. And there was a Tesla in front of me. I guess I must have scared the shit out of him. He was in front of me, and then all of a sudden you see his signals come on to go into the beautifully to get out of my way. And unfortunately, he pulled into some guy going real slow. He had to hit the brakes real hard. I thought he was going to hit the guy. I felt like a dick. You know what I mean? I felt bad. So and I gave the guy a wave.
You
I
get
said,
that luxury driving that big friggin' ass Titan.
I know the Titan is a beast, right?
Yeah,
But
it's
anyway,
very
I
intimidating
gave
to a little friggin'
Tesla
electric car.
Yeah, well, I gave the guy a wave, and I said thanks, man. You know. He gave me a nod like that, you know, like, hey, no problem. He said, then he got on my tail and we flew. You know what I mean? We both, like, I guess he just wanted somebody to plow the path for him, right? Because they see the truck coming, they move out of the way quick.
Yeah.
But that was a lot of traffic today.
Yeah. But that was my rant on the shitty ass freaking drivers you have to put up.
Well, that's
with
not
every day.
much. That wasn't much of a rant.
Well,
I thought you'd have more.
I don't want to. We can carry this on to another show.
Yeah,
I can do this thing at the end of every show. I'm going to start ranting about the drivers I had to put up with that week.
Okay, I want you to document it though. See, if you document it, you'll say, "Oh yeah, that one. Oh yeah, that one. Oh yeah, and the guy that crossed the double line. Oh, I got a question for you. The double line. Are you allowed to pass at the double line?
No.
I thought it was a suggested no passing zone.
Yeah. Right.
Oops.
Yeah. Pass on the hill. That's good.
Yeah. Oh well, I think that's about what I got today, buddy.
All right. Well, we got more to talk about next show. Thanks for listening. See you later. Oh yeah, we got to clink our glasses.
All right.
Yeah,
Cheers. All right. Have a good one.